Hello friends, good evening to all. We are discussing about the applications of determinants and matrices, and we try to solve the linear equations in two variables and three variables by using determinants and matrices. We already discussed about the system of linear equations which is consistent or inconsistent. Now we will discuss about the solution of the linear equations in two variables and three variables. How can we find the solution of these equations by using matrices, otherwise by the inverse of a matrix? We'll discuss about it now. Let us we take two linear equations in two variables, which are 5x plus 2y equal to 4 and 7x plus 3y equal to 5. We compare these equations with a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2. So we get the values of a1, b1 and c1. Here from these equations we say that a1 equals to 5, a2, b1 equal to 2 and c1 equal to 4. Similarly, a2 equal to 7, b2 equal to 3, c2 equal to 5. So from this we know that the coefficients of variables is considered as the matrix A. So a1, b1, a2, b2 is matrix A. The elements of this matrix will be 5, 2, 7, 3. To find the solution, we have to prove that it is non-singular matrix. It means determinant A is not equal to 0. So we keep these entries in the determinant form. So determinant A will be 5, 2, 7, 3. Then its expansion will be 15 minus 14. That is 1 is not equal to 0. Determinant A is not equal to 0 means we say that matrix A is non-singular. So system is consistent and its solution exists. So to find the solution, we have to find the adjoint of this matrix. So for the 2 by 2 matrix, we know that the entries of principal diagonals are interchanged and the sign of the elements of the secondary diagonal should be changed. So for this matrix, we get the adjoint of this matrix, that is 3, 5, which are the elements of principal diagonal, and minus 2, minus 7, which are the elements of secondary diagonals. So now we apply the formula A inverse equals to 1 by determinant A into adjoint A, but determinant A is 1, so we get only adjoint A, and adjoint A is this. So we have A inverse equals to adjoint A. We substitute the value of A inverse in the formula x equal to A inverse B, where x is the matrix of the variables, that is xy. A inverse is 3 minus 2 minus 7, 5, and B is the right hand side, that is 4 and 5. So it is 2 by 2 matrix, it is 2 by 1 matrix. So number of columns and number of rows are same. So its multiplication exists. So we multiply them, then 3 4s are 12 plus 5 minus 2 minus 10, 5 12 minus 10, and it is minus 28 plus 25. So we get the simplification, that is 2 and minus 3. So two matrices are equal, means by equality of matrices, by the comparison we get x equal to 2 and y equal to minus 3. See friends, for these values of x and y, if we substitute these values in the given equations, if they satisfy, then our answer is correct. If it is not satisfied, then understand there is some mistake in the answer. So here we take x equal to 2 and y equal to minus 3 in the given equations. So 5 2s are 10 and 2 into minus 3 minus 6. So 10 minus 6, that is 4. 7 2s are 14, 3 into minus 3 minus 9, 14 minus 9, 5. Both equations are satisfied, means our answer is correct. Let us take a new question, question number 11. 2x plus y plus z equals to 1. So compare with a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals to d1, because it is a linear equation in three variables. Now the second equation is x minus 2y minus z equal to 3 by 2. So it will be a2x plus b2y plus c2z equal to d2. And similarly here 3y minus 5z equal to 9. It is in that form a3x plus b3y plus c3z equal to d3. So according to that we get a1 is 2, b1 is 1, c1 is 1, d1 is 1. a2 is 1, b2 is minus 2, c2 is minus 1, d2 is 3 by 2. a3 is coefficient of x is 0, means we say that a3 is 0. Coefficient of y is 3, that is b3 equals to 3. and C3 is minus 5, and right hand side there is 9, so we say that D3 is 9. Now variables are x, y, z, that is in matrix X, and their coefficients represent a matrix A. So here A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3 are the entries of matrix A. So we get A equal to 2, 1, 1, 1 minus 2 minus 1, and 0, 3 minus 5. Now to find the solution of these linear equations, we have to prove that determinant of this matrix is not equal to 0, means it is a non-singular matrix, then its solution exists. So we keep all these entries in the determinant form, so we get determinant A. We expand this determinant in the form plus minus plus, so 2 is the element of first row and first column, we add them, then expansion of the determinant of order 2, that is 2 minus 1, 3 minus 5, so its expansion will be 10. 10 minus minus plus 3 means 2 into 10 plus 3 minus 1. First row second column should be cancelled, so it is 1 into minus 5 minus 0 plus 1 into 1 3 is 3, so we get 13 2 is 26 minus minus plus 5 plus 3, so it is 34. It is not equal to 0, means the inverse exists. Now to find the inverse of this matrix, we have to find the adjoint of this matrix. So first, to find the adjoint, first we take cofactors, otherwise by the another shortcut method, keep the central value, that is minus 2 first element, then we consider minus 1 nearest to it, and then 1 nearest to minus 1. It will be minus 2 minus 1 1, that is the first row for the expansion of the for the adjoint. Then second is 3 minus 5 0, third will be 1 1 2, and fourth again we repeat this row in the fourth row and first column in the fourth column, so we get the adjoint. Otherwise by finding the cofactors, here cofactor of 2, that is first row first column, means 1 plus 1 2, so positive sign because minus 1 square is plus 1. Its expansion, that is 13. Now A12 means first row second column, so 1 plus 2 3, so minus 1 cube, that is negative, so we keep negative sign. First row second column should be cancelled, then its expansion is minus 5, so minus minus 5 will be 5. Now A13 first row third column is 1 plus 3 4, minus 1 raised to 4 is plus 1. First row third column should be cancelled, then we get 3 minus 0, so it is 3. Now again second row first column is A21, 2 plus 1 is 3, minus 1 cube is negative, so second row first column should be cancelled, then minus 5 minus 3 minus 8, so minus 8 into minus 1 plus 8. Now we take the cofactor of minus 2, means element of second row and second column. By hiding them we get minus 10, and 2 plus 2 4, minus 1 raised to 4 is plus 1, so plus 1 into minus 10, that is minus 10. Now we take the cofactor of minus 1, which is the element of second row and third column, so 2 plus 3, that is 5, minus 1 raised to 5, so we get minus 1. Hiding second row and third column, expansion will be 2 3 is 6, so cofactor of minus 1 will be minus 6. Now we discuss about the cofactors of the elements of third row. So cofactor of 0 means third row and first column, means 3 plus 1 is 4, minus 1 raised to 4 means plus 1. Third row and first column should be cancelled, then for the remaining elements expansion will be minus 1 minus minus plus 2, that is plus 1. Now cofactor of 3, that is the element of third row and second column, is 3 plus 2 is 5, so minus 1 raised to 5 is minus 1. By hiding third row and second column, the elements are 2 1 and 1 minus 1. For determinant of order 2, its expansion will be minus 2 minus 1, that is minus 3, again minus 3 into minus 1, that is plus 3. And for the last element, cofactor of minus 5, which is the element of third row and third column, so 3 plus 3 is 6, means minus 1 raised to 6 plus 1. By hiding them we get the expansion minus 4 into minus 4 minus 1, so minus 5. This is the cofactor of minus 5. These are the cofactors of first row, second row and third column. We write them in transpose of the form, so we get the adjoint of a matrix. So it should be 13 5 3, which are the elements of first column for the adjoint of A. Then second column will be 8 minus 10 minus 6, and third column will be 1 3 and minus 5. This is the adjoint of a given matrix A. Now determinant A is not equal to 0, so its inverse exists, means we have the formula x equal to A inverse B. We substitute the formula of A inverse, that is 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. we have the value of determinant A, we have matrix of adjoint A, and we have the matrix B, that is the right hand side 1, 3 by 2 and 9. We take the multiplication of adjoint A and B, x equal to x, y, z. Determinant A is 34. So 13 ones are 13. Because it is 3 by 3, it is 3 by 1. Means again number of columns and number of rows are same. So we take the multiplication of these two matrices. So we get 13 ones are 13, 8 threes are 24 by 2 means 12, 1 nines are 9. So 13 plus 12 plus 9, that is 34. Multiply second row with this column, so we get 5 ones are 5, 10 threes are 30 by 2, that is minus 15, and 3 nines are 27. So 32 minus 15, that is 17. Now we multiply the third row with this column, so we get 3 minus 18 by 2 means minus 9, and minus 5 into 9 minus 45. So minus 54 plus 3, that is minus 51. And these are so x we multiply by 1 by 34, otherwise we divide by 34, then we get x y z equal to 34 by 34, 117 by 34, half, 51 by 34, that is 3 by 2 divided by 17. So two equal matrices are given, so by the equality of matrices we get the values of x, y and z, which are 1, 1 by 2 and minus 3 by 2 respectively. Again we substitute these values in the given equations. If our equations are satisfied, then our answer is correct. So keeping x equal to 1, y equal to half and z equal to minus 3 by 2. So 2 into 1, 2, y equal to half means 2 plus 1 by 2, 5 by 2, and it is minus 3 by 2 means 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2, 2 by 2 is 1. For the second, x equal to 1, y equals to 1 by 2 means 2y is 1. So 1 minus 1 cancel. Z is minus 3 by 2. So minus 1 into minus 3 by 2, that is plus 3 by 2. X is 0. Here means coefficient of x is 0. So it should be cancelled. Y is 1 by 2. So it is 3 by 2. Z is minus 3 by 2. So minus minus plus 15 by 2. 3 by 2 plus 15 by 2 means 18 by 2, that is 9. Means all these equations are satisfied. So our answer x equal to 1, y equals to 1 by 2 and z equals to minus 3 by 2 is correct. Let us discuss about the matrix question number 15, that is matrix A equal to 2 minus 3 5 3 2 minus 4 1 1 minus 2. Find the inverse of this matrix, and using this inverse to solve the system of linear equations, that is 2x minus 3y plus 5z is 11, 3x plus 2y minus 4z is minus 5, and x plus y minus 2z is minus 3. Now from these linear equations we get a1 b1 c1 d1, a2 b2 c2 d2, and a3 b3 c3 d3. Now the coefficients of variables are considered as the matrix A. We keep these entries in the determinant form, then we get the determinant of a matrix. So determinant of matrix will be 2 minus 3 5, 3 2 minus 4, and 1 1 minus 2. Its expansion, that is 2 into minus 4 minus minus plus 4 minus minus plus 3, because the expansion is in that form, plus minus plus. So minus minus plus 3, element of first row second column, so we add them, then 3 2s are minus 6 minus minus plus 4 plus 5 into 3 minus 2. So its simplification will be 2 into 0 plus 3 into minus 2 plus 5 into 1. So it is minus 1 is not equal to 0. So its solution exists, means its inverse exists. So to find the inverse of a matrix, here we have to find the adjoint of a matrix. So for the adjoint of a matrix, we have to find the cofactor. So we find the cofactor of first element, that is 2. So it is the element of first row and first column. So again 1 plus 1 2 minus 1 square is positive. So by adding first row and first column, we take the expansion of these entries, then it will be minus 4 plus 4, that is 0. So cofactor of 2 is 0. Now the cofactor of the element of first row, second element of the first row means 1 plus 2 3, minus 1 cube means minus 1. First row second column should be cancelled, then its expansion will be minus 6 plus 4, that is minus 2. So it should be minus minus plus 2. We take the cofactor of 5, then first row and third column, 1 plus 3 is 4, minus 1 raised to 4 means plus 1. So we had this first row and third column, the expansion will be 3 minus 2. So cofactor of 5 will be 1. Now we consider the cofactors of the elements of second row, means cofactor of 3. second row first column is 2 plus 1 3, so it's minus 1 cube, so it is negative. Second row first column should be cancelled, then for the remaining elements expansion will be 6 minus 5, so 1. So its answer will be, means cofactor of 3 will be minus 1. Now cofactor of 2 means 2 plus 2, because element of second row and second column, so 2 plus 2 is 4. So second row second column will be cancelled, then expansion of the remaining elements, that is minus 4 minus 5 minus 9. So cofactor of 2 is minus 9. We take the cofactor of minus 4, means second row and third column, so 2 plus 3 is 5. So minus 1 raised to 5 means we get minus sign. Second row third column should be cancelled, then expansion of remaining elements 2 plus 3 5, means cofactor of minus 4 is minus 5. Now third row and first column 3 plus 1 is 4, minus 1 raised to 4 means positive sign. By hiding third row and first column, the expansion of remaining elements will be 12 minus 10, that is 2. That is the cofactor of 1. Now again we find the cofactor of element of third row and second column. So it is again the cofactor of 1, but position is changed. So it is third row and second column should be cancelled, and the expansion of remaining entries will be minus 8 minus 15 minus 23. But 3 plus 2 5 minus 1 raised to 5 means minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 23. So its cofactor will be 23. And now the cofactor of the last element, that is minus 2, which is the element of third row and third column. So 3 plus 3 will be 6, means minus 1 raised to 6 plus 1. So we get the positive sign. We hide the third row and third column and take the expansion of the remaining entries, that is 4 plus 9 13. So cofactor of minus 2 will be 13. These are the cofactors of the each element of each and every row. We write them in the transpose of a matrix, then we get the adjoint of a matrix, that is 0, 2 and 1, which are the elements of first column. Then minus 1 minus 9 minus 5 are the elements of second column, and 2 23 and 13 are the elements of third column. That is the adjoint of a matrix A. Now to find the inverse, we use the formula 1 by determinant A into adjoint A, but determinant A, that is minus 1. So here we get the minus of adjoint A, means inverse is the opposite, otherwise additive inverse, means that we say that opposites negative of adjoint A. Negative of adjoint A means all these entries multiply by minus 1. So it should be 0 1 minus 2 minus 2 9 minus 23 and minus 1 5 minus 13. That is the inverse of a matrix. We substitute this value in the formula x equal to A inverse B. X is xy, z, A inverse is this, and B is the right hand side, that is 11 minus 5 and minus 3. So here 3 by 3 matrix, here 3 by 1 matrix. So we get the multiplication of these two matrices, because here number of columns, here number of rows are same. So it should be 0 plus 1 into minus 5. So minus 5, that is minus minus plus 6. Now 11 2s are minus 22, 9 into minus 5 minus 45, negative into negative plus 69, minus 1 into 11 minus 11, 5 into minus 5 minus 25, and negative negative again positive 39. So its simplification will be 1 2 3. So we get x equal to 1, y equal to 2 and z equal to 3, because by the equality of matrices. Again we substitute the values of x, y, z in the equation. 2x minus 3y plus 5z equals to 11. So x is 1, 2. Y is 2, means 2 minus 6 minus 4. Z is 3, means 5 3 is 15. 15 minus 4 11. 3 1 is 3. 2 2 is 4, means 3 plus 4 7 minus 4 into 3. 7 minus 12 minus 5. 1 plus 2 3. 3 minus 6 minus 3. All these equations are satisfied, means our answer is correct. That is x equal to 1, y equals to 2 and z equals to 3. Hello friends, up to 15 questions we had discussed about the solution of linear equations. In them linear equations are given and we have to solve directly, but now question number 16, in that question practical problem is given, and from this problem we have to make the linear equations, and after that according to same way we have to solve these equations. And see here, the cost of 4 kg onion, 3 kg wheat and 2 kg rice is rupees 60. Similarly 2 kg onion, 4 kg wheat and 6 kg rice is rupees 90, and cost of 6 kg onion, 2 kg wheat and 3 kg rice is rupees 70. Find the cost of each item per kg by matrix method. To solve the linear equations, the method for to solve the linear equation is considered as the matrix method. So here we suppose that the price of onion per kg is x rupees, price of wheat per kg is y rupees, and price of rice per kg is z rupees. So here per kg x rupees, so 4 kg onion is given, so it will be 4x. 3 kg wheat is given, per kg y rupees, so it will be 3y, and similarly it will be 2z. So here we say that 4x plus 3y plus 2z equal to 60. That is the first equation. So from it here we get a1, b1, c1 and d1, which are respectively 4, 3, 2, 60. Now we consider the second line, that is cost of 2 kg onion per kg x rupees, so it will be 2x. 4 kg weight means it will be 4y, and 6 kg rice means it will be 6z. So 2x plus 4y plus 6z equals to 90 rupees. That is our second linear equation. And from this equation we get a2, b2, c2 and d2, which are 2, 4, 6 and 90 respectively. Now we consider the third line, that is the cost of 6 kg onion per kg x rupees, so it will be 6x rupees. 2 kg weight per kg y rupees, so it will be 2y, and similarly per kg z rupees for rice, then it will be 3z. So 6x plus 2y plus 3z is 70 rupees. That is our third linear equation, and from it we get a3, b3, c3, d3, which are 6, 2, 3 and 70 respectively. So now x, y, z are the variables, and their coefficients represents a matrix A, that is a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3, and here we get 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, that is 2, 4, 6, and here 6, 2, 3. X, Y, Z is matrix X, and right hand side 60, 90 and 70, that is matrix B. To find the values of X, Y, Z, we have to find the determinant of this matrix. So keeping these entries in the determinant form, and we take its expansion. So 4 into 4 3 is 12 minus 12, 0. Minus 3 into 6 minus 36 plus 2 into 4 minus 24. By simplification here we get minus 3 into minus 30 plus 2 into minus 20. So 90 minus 40, 50. It is not equal to 0. So it's a non-singular matrix. So system is consistent and its solution exists. So to find the values of x, y, z, first we have to find the adjoint of this matrix. So for that we have to find the cofactors of each and every element. So first we take the cofactor of 4. So by removing first row and first column according to the sign, here we get 12 minus 12, 0. For the cofactor of 3, first row and second column, that is negative sign. By adding them, here we get 6 minus 36, so it is minus 30, so minus minus plus 30, that is the cofactor of 3. Now cofactor of 2 means first row and third column, so again 1 plus 3, 4 minus 1 raised to 4 means positive sign. By adding first row and third column, the expansion of remaining entries, that is 4 minus 24, so it is minus 20. Now we discuss about the cofactors of the elements of the second row, means cofactor of 2, that is the element of second row and first column is 2 plus 1 is 3, so it is negative because minus 1 cube is minus 1. By hiding second row and first column, take the expansion of remaining entries, that is 9 minus 4 minus 5, 5 into minus 1, so it is minus 5, means cofactor of 2 is minus 5. Now we discuss about the cofactor of 4, that is the element of second row and second column. By adding them, we get the simplification, otherwise the expansion of the remaining entries, that is 12 minus 12, that is 0, means cofactor of 4 is 0. Now we take the cofactor of 6, that is the element of second row and third column, so again 2 plus 3 is 5, minus 1 raised to 5, so we get negative sign. But by adding them, the expansion of remaining entries, that is 8 minus 18 means minus 10, so minus minus plus 10 is the cofactor of 6. Now we discuss about the cofactor of the elements of third row. So cofactor of 6, that is the third row and first column, so 3 plus 1 is 4, minus 1 raised to 4, so plus 1 sign. So simplification of the remaining entries, that is 18 minus 8, so 10 is the cofactor of 6. Now we discuss about the cofactor of the 2, that is the element of third row and second column. So 3 plus 2 is 5, means we get negative sign. So by adding third row and second column, take the simplification, otherwise the expansion of remaining entries, that is 24 minus 4 means 20, 20 into minus 1, so it is minus 20, cofactor of 2. And the last element is 3, cofactor of 3, that is the element of third row and third column, so 3 plus 3 is 6, means we get positive sign. By hiding them, the simplification, otherwise the expansion of remaining entries will be 16 minus 6, that is 10. So cofactor of 3 is 10. Now these are the cofactors of each and every element of the matrix A. We write them in the column wise, means in the transpose form. Then we get the adjoint of a matrix A. So we get the 0, 30, minus 20, which are the elements of first column. Minus 5, 0 and 10 are the elements of second column, and 10, minus 20 and 10 are the elements of third column. That is the adjoint of a matrix. Now we have variables of a matrix, that is x, y, z, x and b, d1, d2, d3, that is the right hand side, that is 60, 90 and 70. Now we have to find the inverse of this matrix, and we have the formula A inverse equals to 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. So we substitute the value of determinant A, that is 50, and adjoint A in that formula, and B is 60, 90, 70 with this adjoint, and we take the multiplication of these two. Then we get the values of x, y and z. Here we consider that B is the inverse of A, means B equal to minus 2, 0, 1, 9, 2, minus 3 and 6, 1, minus 2 is the inverse of A, means A inverse equals to B. So A is 1, 1 minus 1, 2, 0, 2 minus 3 and 3 minus 2, 4, its inverse equals to this. Now we have the equation x minus y plus 2z is 1, 2y minus 3z equals to 1, and 3x minus 2y plus 4z equals to 2, means from this matrix we have this result: x minus y plus 2z, 2y minus 3z, 3x minus 2y plus 4z. So here coefficients of variables 1, 1 minus 1, 2, 0, 2 minus 3 and 3 minus 2, 4, that is the matrix A. Ax equals to B, right hand side 1, 1, 2, means here we consider B is the inverse of A, so we consider this matrix is C, means Ax equal to C, so we get x equal to A inverse C. C equals to this. Now x is a variable x, y, z. A inverse is this B, minus 2, 0, 1, 9, 2 minus 3 and this, because A inverse equals to B, means B into C, means here we say that A inverse is C, means x equal to BC, means multiplication of two matrices. BC means multiplication of two matrices. It is 3 by 3, it is 3 by 1. So again its multiplication exists. So multiply each row with this column, then we get the values of x, y and z. So it is minus 2 plus 0 plus 2, 9 plus 2 minus 6, and 6 plus 1 minus 4. So we get 0, 5 and 3. These are the values of x, y and z respectively. We substitute these values in this equation. If it satisfies, then our answer is correct. So 0, y is 5 is minus 5, 3 to the 6, 6 minus 5, 1. X 0, x is not given, y is 5, so 5 to the 10, 3 is, z is 9, 9, 10 minus 9, 1. X is 0, means cancel, y is 5, so 5 into minus 2, minus 10, z is 3, so 12, 12 minus 10, that is 2. Means all these equations are satisfied, means our answer is correct. Now we discuss about the question of exercise 4. Question number 16 is remaining. Here linear equations are given in the reciprocal form, which are 2 by x plus 3 by y plus 10 by z is 4. Then 4 by x minus 6 by y plus 5 by z is 1. And 6 by x plus 9 by y minus 20 by z equals to 2. Now we suppose that 1 by x, 1 by y and 1 by z in the form a, b and c. So 1 by x is a, 1 by y is b and 1 by z is c. Then these equations are transformed into 2a plus 3b plus 10c is 4, 4a minus 6b plus 5c is 1, and 6a plus 9b minus 20c equals to 2. So here variables will be a, b and c, and we compare them: a1x plus b1y plus c1z, means a1a plus b1b plus c1c equals to d1. Similarly a2a, b2b, c2c equal to d2, and a3a, b3b, c3c equal to d3. So we get the values of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2 and a2, a3, b3, c3 and d1, d2, d3. So from this we get matrix A, x and b. So coefficients of a, b, c will be matrix A, that is 2, 3, 10, which are the elements of first row. 4 minus 6, 5 are the elements of second row, and 6, 9 minus 20 are the elements of third row. Right hand side 4, 1 and 2, that is matrix B. A, B, C are the elements of matrix X. To find the solution of A, B, C, we have to find the determinant A. If it is not equal to 0, then it will be non-singular, and then its inverse exists. So its solution exists. So we keep all these entries in the determinant form. So determinant A will be determinant 2, 3, 10, 4 minus 6, 5, 6, 9 minus 20. So it is 2, its expansion will be 2 into minus minus plus 120 minus 45 minus 3 minus 80 minus 30 plus 10 36 plus minus minus plus 36. So its simplification will be 2 into 75 minus 3 into minus 110 plus 10 into 72. So its value will be 1200, which is not equal to 0, means it's a non-singular matrix, and so its solution exists. So a system is consistent and A inverse exists. So we get the values of A, B and C. So here we take x equal to A inverse B, then we have A inverse is 1 by determinant A into adjoint A into B. Determinant A is 50, adjoint A is this, and B is 60, 90, 70. It is a 3 by 3 matrix. It is 3 by 1, means here number of columns 3, here number of rows is also 3. Both are same, so we take the multiplication of these two matrices, means each row multiply with this column, then we get the elements. So it is 0, 5 9s are 45, so it should be minus 450, and 10 7s are 70, so it is 700. Now 3 6 are 18, so it is 1800. 0 27s are 14, so it is minus 1400, and then 2 6 are 12, so minus 1200. 10 9s are 90, so 900, and 10 7s are 70, so 700. Its simplification will be 250, 400, 400. So values of x, y, z will be 5, 8, 8 respectively. So we said that the price of onion per kg is 5 rupees, wheat is per kg 8 rupees, and rice is per kg 8 rupees. These are the sums of exercise, miscellaneous exercise. Now we have one more example. Exercise 4. We have discussed about the sums of exercise 4.6. Now we have one more example. To use the product of two matrices to solve the linear equation. Use this product to solve the system of linear equations. Now how can we use the product? To see here, we know that if the multiplication of two matrices is an identity matrix, then we see that both are the inverses of each other. Means here suppose we get AB equals to, means let A equals to this and B equals to this, and if its multiplication will be an identity matrix, then we say that A is the inverse of B, otherwise B is the inverse of A. So here we take the multiplication of them. So first row multiply with first column, then 1 2 are 2, minus 1 into 9 minus 9, and 2 6 are 12. Similarly with second column, then 0 minus 2 plus 2. Again it is 1 1 are 1, minus minus plus 3, and 2 into minus 2 minus 4. Now multiply second row with each and every one column. Then we get the elements of second row. So 0 into this, 2 into 9 18, minus 3 into 6 minus 18. With the second column, then 0 2 2 are 4, minus 3 into 1 minus 3, 0 into 1 0, 2 into minus 3 minus 6, minus 3 into minus 2 plus 6, 3 into minus 2 minus 6, minus 2 into 9 minus 18, 4 6 are 24. Third row with second column, then 0 minus 2 into 2 minus 4, 4 into 1 plus 4. With third column, then 3 minus minus plus 6, and 4 2 are minus 8. So 12 minus 11 1 0 0 0. So its simplification is an identity matrix, means multiplication of these two matrices is an identity matrix, means we say that each and every, means both matrices are the inverses of each other, means A is the inverse of B and B is the inverse of A. A determinant A is 1200, means it is not equal to 0, so it's a non-singular matrix, so its inverse exists, means here we have to find the adjoint of this matrix. So first we have to find the cofactors of each and every element of this matrix. So first we find cofactor of 2, that is the element of first row first column, so we add them, and the simplification, otherwise the expansion of the remaining entries will be 120 minus 45, that is 75. So cofactor of 2 is 75. Now we discuss about the cofactor of 3, that is the element of first row and third column, means 1 plus 2 3, so it is negative, means we get the negative sign. Now first row second column should be cancelled, then the expansion of remaining entries, that is minus 80 minus 30, so minus 110, here negative sign, so plus 110, that is the cofactor of 3. Now we discuss about the cofactor of the next element, that is 10, means it is the element of first row third column, is 1 plus 3 is 4, so it is positive sign, then 4 9 are 36, minus minus plus 36, means 72 is the cofactor of 10. These are the cofactors of the first row. Now we discuss about the cofactors of the elements of second row. So we take cofactor of 4, which is the element of second row first column, means 2 plus 1 3, so minus 1 cube, so its cofactor will be negative. If its multiplication is simplification is negative, then it will be positive. So here we take minus 20 into 3, minus 60, minus 90, minus 150 and negative sign. So 150 is the cofactor of 4. Now cofactor of minus 6, that is second row and second column. So we hide them, then the expansion of remaining entries is minus 40, minus 60, so minus 100, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So here we get the positive sign, so minus 100 is the cofactor of minus 6. Now cofactor of 5, that is the element of second row third column, so 2 plus 3 is 5. So again we have the negative sign. Simplification of the other entries, the remaining entries, that is 18 minus 18 0, so cofactor of 5 is 0. Now we discuss about the cofactor of the elements of the third row, means cofactor of 6, that is the element of third row and first column is 3 plus 1 is 4, minus 1 raised to 4 means plus 1 means plus sign. So 15 minus minus plus 60, 15 plus 60, 75, that is the cofactor of 6. Now cofactor of 9, that is the element of third row and second column, means 3 plus 2 is 5, so minus 1 raised to 5 means minus 1, and the expansion of remaining entries, that is 10 minus 40 minus 30, so minus 1 into minus 30, so plus 30 is the cofactor of 9, and the last element, that is minus 20, its cofactor will be minus 12 plus minus 12 minus 24, and this is the element of third row and third column, so plus minus 1 raised to 6 plus 1, so minus 24 into 1, that is minus 24 is the cofactor of minus 20. We keep all these entries in the transpose of a form, because these are the cofactors of each and every element of a matrix A. In the transpose form, they can be written as 75, 110, 72. These are the elements of first column. 150 minus 100 and 0 are the elements of second column, and 75, 30 and minus 24 are the elements of third column, that is the adjoint A. Now we have the formula x equal to A inverse B, but A inverse is 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. Value of determinant A, we know that is 1200, so 1 by 1200, this is adjoint A, and B is, we know that the right hand side, that is 412, that is matrix B. So it's a 3 by 3 matrix, it is 3 by 1, so again number of columns, number of rows are equal, so we can take the multiplication of these two matrices. So here each row multiply with this column, then we get the values of ABC. So 75 4 are 300, 150 into 1 plus 150, 75 to the 150, so its simplification will be 600. Now we multiply the second row with this column, then 11 4 are 44, so 440 minus 100 plus 60, so its simplification will be 400. And then third row multiply with this column, so 72 4 are 288, 0 into 1 0 minus 48, so it will be 240. We divide by 1200, then we get A is half, B is 1 by 3 and C is 1 by 5, because these two matrices are equal matrices, and these are the values of ABC. Now we suppose that A is 1 by X, B is 1 by Y and C is 1 by Z. So instead of ABC, we consider that 1 by X is half, 1 by Y is 1 by 3 and 1 by Z is 1 by 5. So we take their reciprocals, then we get the values of X, Y and Z, that which are 2, 3 and 5 respectively. And we substitute these values in these equations 2, 3 and 5, x2, y3, so 2 minus 3 minus, sorry, x2 means 2 by 2, 1, y3, 3 by 3, 1, z 5, 10 by 5, 2, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 4, x2 means 4 by 2, 2, y3, 6 by 2, 2, 2 cancel, 5 by 5, 1, x2, 6 by 2, 3, y3, 9 by 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, and 20 by 5, 4, 6 minus 4, 2. All these equations are satisfied, means our answer is correct. Now question 8 of this exercise is remaining, that is matrix A is 1 minus 2 1 minus 2 3 1 and 1 1 5. Verify two results. Inverse of the adjoint A is the equal to adjoint of the inverse of A, and inverse of A inverse is a given matrix. First we prove the first result. To find the adjoint of a matrix and its inverse, we have to show that its determinant of a matrix is not equal to 0. So we keep all these entries in the determinant form, and we take its expansion, then 1 into 15 minus 1 14 minus minus plus 2, minus 10 minus 1 minus 11 plus 1 into minus 2 minus 3 minus 5. So its simplification is minus 13. It is not equals to 0, so its inverse exists. Now we take the cofactors of each and every element, so we get the adjoint of a given matrix. So cofactor of 1, which is the element of first row and first column, is 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 square, so plus sign. We take the expansion of the remaining entries, that is 15 minus 1 14, so 14 is the cofactor of 1. Now we find the cofactor of minus 2, that is the element of first row and second column. So we hide these first row and second column and take the expansion of remaining entries, then it is minus 10 minus 1 minus 11, but it's an element of first row and second column, then 1 plus 2 is 3, so minus 1 cube is negative, so negative negative positive, so we get 11 is the cofactor of minus 2. Now we find the cofactor of 1, that is the element of first row and third column, means 1 plus 3 is 4, so minus 1 raised to 4 means we get plus sign, but the expansion of the remaining entries is minus 2 minus 3 minus 5, so 1 into minus 5, so minus 5 is the cofactor of 1. Now we discuss about the cofactor of the elements of second row, that is minus 2, means cofactor of minus 2, which is the element of second row and first column, is 2 plus 1 is 3, so minus 1 cube, that is negative sign. Add the second row and first column, take the expansion of remaining entries, that is minus 10 minus 1 minus 11, so negative minus 1 into minus 11, negative negative positive, so we get 11 is the cofactor of minus 2. Now cofactor of 3, that is the element of second row and second column, we hide them, and the expansion of remaining entries, that is 5 minus 1 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, so minus 1 raised to 4 means plus 1, so 1 into 4, that is 4 is the cofactor of 3, and then 1, that is the last element of this row, that is the second row and third column, so 2 plus 3 is 5 means minus 1 raised to 5 minus 1. Keep the other entries in determinant of order 2 and its expansion will be 1 minus minus 2 means 1 plus 2 3, but here we have negative sign, so minus 3 is the cofactor of 1. Now we take the cofactors of the elements of the third row, means cofactor of 1, 3 plus 1 4 minus 1 raised to 4 means plus 1. We add the third row and first column and take the expansion of remaining entries, that is minus 2 minus 3 minus 5 into 1, so minus 5 is the cofactor of 1. Similarly cofactor of 1, that is the element of third row and second column, is 3 plus 2 is 5 minus 1 raised to 5 minus 1. So we hide the third row second column and take the expansion of remaining entries, then it will be 1 plus 2 3, but 3 into minus 1, so minus 3 is the cofactor of 1. And the last element is 5 and its cofactor, capital A 3 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, so minus 1 raised to 6 means plus 1. So here expansion of the remaining entries is 3 minus 4 minus 1 into plus 1, so minus 1 is the cofactor of 5. Now we keep all these cofactors in the column wise, so we get the adjoint of this matrix. So adjoint of matrix A, so 14 11 and minus 5 are the elements of first row, 11 4 and minus 3 are the 14 11 and minus 5 are the elements of first column, then 11 4 and minus 3 are the elements of second column, and minus 5 minus 3 and minus 1 are the elements of third column. So we get adjoint A. Adjoint A equals to 14 11 minus 5 11 4 minus 3 and minus 5 minus 3 minus 1. So A inverse is 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. Determinant A is minus 13. So here we get minus 1 upon 13, 14 11 minus 5 11 4 minus 3 minus 5 minus 3 minus 1. So here A inverse will be minus 14 by 13 minus 11 by 13, 5 by 13 minus 11 by 13 minus 4 by 13 minus minus plus 3 by 13 minus minus plus 5 by 13 minus minus plus 3 by 13 minus minus plus 1 by 13. That is the inverse of a matrix. Now here adjoint of a matrix is given, we have to find the inverse of adjoint A. So for the inverse of the adjoint A, we have to prove that the determinant of adjoint A is not equals to 0. So by expansion we can find it, otherwise we have the result for n by n matrix, determinant of adjoint A, that is determinant of A raised to n minus 1, where n is the order of a matrix. Here matrix is of the order 3, so determinant of A raised to 3 minus 1 means determinant A square. Determinant A is minus 13, so minus 13 square, that is 169. So determinant of adjoint A is 169 is not equals to 0, so its inverse exists. Means here we can find the adjoint of adjoint A. So for the adjoint of adjoint A, here we have to find the cofactors of each and every element of adjoint A. So here first we take the cofactor of 14. So by removing first row and first column, the expansion of remaining entries, that is minus 4 minus 9, so minus 13. Now cofactor of 11, that is the element of first row and second column. So by adding them, expansion of remaining entries will be minus 11 minus 15 minus 26. But here first row second column is 1 plus 2 minus 1 cube means minus 1. So minus 26 into minus 1, so it is 26. That is the cofactor of 11. Now cofactor of minus 5, first row and third column, 1 plus 3 is 4 minus 1 raised to 4 means plus 1. So by hiding them, remaining entries, the expansion of them, that is minus 33 plus 20. So minus 13 into 1 minus 13. These are the cofactors of the elements of the first row. Now we find the cofactors of the elements of second row. So cofactor of 11, element of second row and first column. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So minus 1 cube minus 1. By hiding them, remaining entries 11 minus 5 minus 3 minus 1, its simplification will be minus 11 minus 15 minus 26. So minus 26 into minus 1 plus 26 is the cofactor of 11. Now cofactor of 4, which is the element of second row, second column, is 2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1 raised to 4 plus 1. So by adding them, expansion will be minus 14 minus 25 minus 39. Now cofactor of minus 3, that is the element of second row and third column. So minus 1 raised to 5 means minus sign. Now 14 into minus 3 minus 42, 11 into minus 5 minus 55. So minus 42 plus 55, 13 into minus 1. So minus 13 is the cofactor of minus 3. Now we discuss about the cofactor of the elements of third row. So cofactor of minus 5, which is the element of third row and first column, is 3 plus 1 is 4. So expansion of remaining entries, that is minus 33 minus minus plus 20. So minus 13 is the cofactor of minus 5. Now cofactor of minus 3 is the element of third row and second column, 3 plus 2 5. So minus 1 raised to 5 minus 1. By hiding this row and column, we get the expansion of remaining entries, that is minus 42 plus 55. So 13 into minus 1, that is minus 13. And the last element, that is minus 1, which is the element of third row and third column, 3 plus 3 6. So we get positive sign because minus 1 raised to 6 plus 1. So here 14 4 ja 56 minus 11 into 11 minus 121. So its simplification is minus 65. That is the cofactor of minus 1. These are the cofactors of each and every element of the adjoint A. We keep them in the column form. Then minus 13, 26 and minus 13 are the elements of first column. 26, minus 39 and minus 13 are the elements of second column. And minus 13, minus 13, minus 65 are the elements of third column. So we get the adjoint of adjoint A, that is this. And now determinant of adjoint is 169. So inverse of the adjoint is 1 upon 169. And here minus 13, 26, minus 13, 26, minus 39, minus 13, minus 13, minus 13, minus 65. This is our result A. Now prove that it is the inverse adjoint of the inverse of A. So A inverse is this: minus 14 by 13, minus 11 by 13, 5 by 13, minus 11 by 13, minus 4 by 13, 3 by 13, 5 by 13, 3 by 13 and 1 by 13. Now we have to find the adjoint of this. So here we have to find the cofactors of each and every element. So here we take the cofactor of minus 14 by 13. So again minus 4 by 13 into 1 by 13. So minus 4 by 169 minus 3 into 3, 9 by 169. So it will be minus 13 by 169. Similarly for the cofactor of minus 11 by 13, 11 into 1. So minus 11, 3 into 5, minus 15. So minus 11 minus 15 by 169. So it is minus 26 by 169. And 1 plus 2, 3 minus 1 cube, negative sign. So it will be plus 26 by 169. A cofactor of 5 by 13. So first row, third column should be cancelled. 11 into 3 minus 33 minus minus plus 20 minus 33 plus 20. So minus 13 by 169. These are the cofactors of the elements of the first row. Similarly, we can find the cofactors of the other elements. So these are 26 by 169 minus 39 by 169 minus 13 by 169 minus 13 by 169 minus 13 by 169 and minus 65 by 169 respectively. So here we get the adjoint of the inverse of A, that is this, and from this matrix we can take 1 upon 169 is the common element. So 1 upon 169 and the remaining entries in the matrix form, that is minus 13, 26, minus 13, 26, minus 39, minus 13, minus 13, minus 13, minus 65. This is the result B. We can say that a result A and B both are same. So from these two results we say that the inverse of the adjoint A is equals to the adjoint of the inverse of a matrix A. This is the our first result. Now for the inverse of the inverse of A, we have to prove that inverse of the inverse of A equals to A. So here we have to find the inverse of A, inverse of A. So first we have to show that determinant of A inverse is not equal to 0, and we have the elements of A inverse which are minus 14 by 13, minus 11 by 13 and 5 by 13 elements of first row, minus 11 by 13, minus 4 by 13, 3 by 13 are the elements of second row, 5 by 13, 3 by 13 and 1 by 13 are the elements of third row. We expand this determinant, means from each row we can take 1 by 13 is a common element, means multiply each row by 13. So here Ri to 13 Ri, I equal to 1, 2, 3, this is the notation. Then here we get the value of this determinant is 1 upon 13 cube times. So here we 13 cube times. So here we divide by 13 cube. So 1 upon 13 cube, and other entries are minus 14, minus 11, 5, minus 11, minus 4, 3 and minus 5, 3, 1. So we expand this determinant. Then minus 14 into minus 4 minus 9 plus 11 into minus 11 minus 15 plus 5 into minus 33 plus 20. So its simplification will be minus 169 upon 13 cube, that is 169 into 13. So it will be minus 1 by 13. It is not equal to 0, means its inverse exists. So its inverse, we have to find the adjoint of A inverse, and we already found the adjoint of A inverse, that is result B. Here we substitute that is the result B. So here from this we take a 13 is a common element, so it convert into 1 by 13, and again here we get 13 common, then it is 1, it is 2, it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 5 with the sign as it is. So it will be minus 1 by 13. If we take minus 1 is a common element, so it should be minus A by 13 because it's a given matrix A, means A inverse whole inverse will be 1 upon determinant of A inverse into adjoint of A inverse. So determinant of A inverse minus 1 by 13, adjoint of A inverse minus A by 13. So we multiply them, then we get the result A. It means here we get the inverse of a matrix, that is the given matrix. And here we had completed all the exercises, all the sums of all the exercises, and our chapter is completed. Hello friends, we had completed the second chapter, that is determinant, means from the part 1 we had completed the fourth chapter, determinants. Already we had completed matrices, so now all the sums are completed from the matrices and determinants, so we can take the additional sums for the JEE, and we'll discuss about it later on. After watching this video, please share your comment, like or subscribe this channel. Thank you.